Hi, my name is Ruben Diach, and today I will be walking through some of the functional requirements on our subsystem. Starting up will be our login subsystem. First up, I will show you the register screen. Here you can apply as an employee on our system. First, I will enter my details. But I will enter my second verified password incorrectly. Now when I press register, you can see that the passwords do not match, and it gives you an error message that your passwords are not matching. Now I will enter the correct details. I have now been successfully registered on our system. Next, I will log in as one of the employees on our system. I will be logging in as an admin profile to have access to all of the available functions. I have just managed to log in to my system. However, if I were to forget my password, I can simply click Forget Password, enter my email, select the security question, and then enter the answer to my security question. I can then reset my password. If my answer was correct, I am now able to reset my password. I can now type in a new password. It has now taken me back to the login screen where I can now enter my new password. Now I have successfully logged back into our system and are able to fulfill various other functions. First, I will be showing you our report functions. Currently we have 4 reports. First, I will be showing the annual sales report. Here you can select a specific year for this for the reports that you want. I will be selecting 2021. Once I have submitted 2021, I will now get a list of the reports of the sales that have happened in 2021 with a client order status of completed or placed. And it will also show me a chart with the various sales amounts within that month. Here you can see we had sales in November, and it is showing that we had 1,191 Rand total sales in November on my chart. Next, I will be showing the monthly sales report. Here I am able to choose 2 months in between you want a report to be generated, as well as the year in which the report must be generated. I will now submit it, and it will show me the various orders within that time frame. Next, I will show the client order report. Client order report takes me to my search client screen, where I can now potentially look at one of my clients and generate an order report. As you can see, this client in particular has 2 orders from us on various dates, both totaling in 311 and 880 Rand, for a total of 1,191 Rand. On this report, as well as all my other reports, I am able to export these reports to an Excel, CSV, PDF, or simply copy the table. I will now be exporting it to an Excel file. As you can see, it has now exported my table to an Excel file where I can now edit the data that I have retrieved. Next up, I will be showing our supplier order reports function. Here it will take me to my search suppliers screen, where I can then select one of my suppliers for which I want a report to be generated. I will now select this supplier. As you can see, I once again have two orders from the supplier, both on differing dates for the same amount this time, totaling in an amount of 1,848 Rand. Next up, I will show you our order trail. Here on our order trail, you are able to see various functions that have been done by an employee, and you can see which tables they have accessed. For example, here we have someone who viewed orders and they accessed the orders table. Now we'll be handing it over to Lisa to continue our functional requirements.
So once we have received a request for quote from a potential client, we will first go and register the client. We'll do that through this register new client form. Let's fill it in. We also have to fill in the business premises address of that client. Okay. So once it's been created, we can then go and view the details of that client, or we can go and edit the details. So the registration is incorrect. Potential. Okay. Then if the client's not in use of the system, you can also go and delete the client if you wish. Okay. So now we have created our client, we can now go and create a quote. So that is our create quote form. The current date is filled in automatically. You just have to fill in the validation date and then add the products. Here it asks if the email is correct, and then you can just send the quote through email to the client. So once it's been sent, it will go back to the search client screen. So if you want to request a quote from a supplier and it's a new supplier, we'll first have to go add that supplier. We'll do that through the register a new supplier screen. Now I can register our supplier. Okay. Once the supplier has been registered, you can go and look at the details of the supplier, or you can go and edit them. Here you can go editing. Let's say it was 5. Okay, and then also delete the supplier if we're not in use. Now we can go and request a quotation. So here's our request a quote screen. Here you can go to the catalog that you want the products from. Fill in the catalog name. Let's go find the product. Let's say we want this iOS tablet thread. It is on page 7. Okay, then you can add another product if you wish, and then you can request so the request for quote has been sent to the supplier through email. Once we receive the quote back from the supplier, we can then go and capture the quote on our system. So that's our quote screen. Here, if you have new product you need to add to the system, you can do it through this add product page. So here's the iOS. Also add an image of the product. And it is 100. Now once we have created the product, we can now add that to our quote. Okay, so the supplier quote has been created and sent to the supplier. Okay, so once we have accepted the quote, we can then go and update the status to accepted. And once we have accepted the quote, we can then go and create the order. Right, so here we just make sure all the details are correct and then create order. This will then send an email to the supplier to say that the quote has been accepted, and then we have to place the order. So this is our order screen. Here, once we have received the order, we can then go click on this button. It will show us our order that we asked for, and let's say we've got all of received all the products. We can then click on the receive button, which then just updates our system. Or let's say we have we received too little products, we can then send a back order. Back order will then automatically be sent to the supplier. Okay, and then we haven't received it then yet. Receive it again, so we have everything. Stuff has been updated. Then you cannot receive it again. You can also view the order if you wish to. Okay, the download button will then pop up, and then you can download your order. and view it from there. Okay. You can then also add new products, which I've already explained, and then maintain a product. So here's our search product page. Here you can view a product information and give you the screen. You can also then update the product. So we haven't uploaded an image. Upload it now. Set the price that is wrong. Okay, and then we can save the changes. You can also delete a product if it's not being used. Okay, that has been deleted. And then you can also book out a product. Let's book out this product. Take it to the book out product page. We'll then search for employee that wants to book out the product. The product has already been automatically filled in, and then you can just add the date. Once the product has been booked out, you can then go to your view and then book it back in. If you have not booked out a product, if you have not booked in a product or booked out a product, the book in button will be disabled. Okay. So then you can also go and add a markup. So here you can add a markup products. So let's say we have 50%. Has been added, and then you can also delete product if it's not in use of our system. Then you can also maintain a product dimension. So here we can add new product dimension. So we want 85 millimeter. So it's been added. Then we can edit it if it was wrong. So it was inch. Okay, and then we can also delete it. Cool. Then we can do the same for the product types. So we can add a new product type. So I want to add large vowels. You can also go and edit them. And then of course also delete them. So then you can also go and create new catalogs. So here we can add a catalog. Let's just add the catalog quickly. So it's 2. And then we have to add a version date of that catalog as well. Okay, so here's been added. So now I can go and edit that catalog if you want to. And that was wrong, and it is tube. Go and edit it. And then you can also delete a catalog if it's not in use of the system. Then we also have a help page on the system. This is where you can go if you need help with adding a product, a client order, a client quote, supplier order, or stuff like that. And then for our new employees, we have an about page, which is this page about the business, and then they can go and look at the products that we sell.